so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? Eat $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God or Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to somethings. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get paid and praised by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you could change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let their slave go, huh? That slave master was probably your kinfolk, huh? History in reverse, a black king strategy. When blacks were your majesty, they always hide your pyramids but point to where the castles be. Aristocracies with your last name patented accurately. Yeah. And I ain't even tell half the shit. Like, I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit. I'm trying to get my people back, nigga. Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Yo guys, what's up? I got something to say, right? I was just having a beautiful conversation with my guy Devian and his wife. It's my neighbors, you feel me? They went to the Essen Festival this year in New Orleans. And the complaint is that it was more of a African festival than a Black American festival. And I asked, I was like, what are you talking about? I told Black American and African are supposed to be like the same thing. You guys from Africa. And they tried to really explain to me how Black American culture is different from African culture. And we have to embrace Black American culture instead of us telling them we are lost. I mean, they are lost. They don't know where they're from. They should go back. They never been back. And they do have a culture too. And I was trying to fight, go back and forth with them. But when you think about it, it's truth. Have you been to New Orleans? New Orleans have a culture, a rich culture in its own. Have you been to how you call it, Texas? Have you been to Philly, New York, Minnesota, Atlanta? Every state you go to have their own culture, and it's something about them, the way they talk and everything. Especially in New Orleans. New Orleans have a very rich culture. I think New Orleans remind me more of a Caribbean kind of people, but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, I was trying to fight with him, but then when he schooled me on how the Essen Festival is mainly for the Black American culture, it should be that. It should be collard greens. It should be fried chicken. It should be all these different good food that the Black American culture brings to the table, than just fufu and everything from Africa, because that's not the culture. I was getting mad at first, but then I think he's right. So our Africans, Black Americans are not Africans. Black Americans have their own culture. We have to respect that. and we have to stop telling them they are lost. They don't know where to from. Maybe some of them, yeah, down the line, if you really do your what ancestry.com, whatever that is, maybe you're gonna find some. Even for us, we African, we got mixed up with us too. But I'm trying to say, Black Americans are not African.
Hey man, shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Hey, it's your brother Big Aboriginal Power, man. We got some heat that we're gonna be getting into today. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you're in here with me, man, drop those fire. Shout out to all my Aboriginal. Shout out to all my FBA family. If y'all ready to rock this one out today, let me know, man. We got a lot to get into today. So I do want everybody to hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. I do want to take the time out to shout out everybody that's in the building. Y'all already know, man. We standing on tethers. We gatekeeping our culture, and we're expressing our lineage, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. This is another tether awareness episode, so y'all already know how it's going down today. So make sure y'all smack that like button and support the channel, man. Support the channel, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Let's get a few people to support the channel while we up in here in the building this morning. Let's get a few people to actually support the channel, family. Let's get a few people to actually support the channel. Drop those fire emojis if you can hear me loud and clear. Also drop your city and drop your state in the live chat. We want to get a quick roll call before we get to some more of these clips breaking down how immigrants deprive FBA and Aboriginals and how they lean on us. They need our culture. They need our energy for them to be relevant or to even be economically savvy. So yeah, man, I do need everybody to hit that like button and support the channel, man. We're gonna get into some heat right now, man. I got another clip lined up from this Asian guy who goes into acute detail about the indigenous peoples and how all these other immigrant class of people eat off of our plate. So a lot of these immigrants are coming out. I don't know if it's the ancestors giving them nightmares, but a lot of them are coming out trying to speak their truths. Maybe they're trying to get some help to stay here to avoid deportation. I don't know what it is, but hey, man, we delineating is creating a mass awakening and an eye opener for the immigrants, and not only for that, for the people that's amongst us that may not have seen it prior to that. So shout out to everybody in the building. Drop those fire emojis, and y'all already know how we like to do this, man. Let's get right.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb.
The day the Latino, African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning, because we are the majority in this country now. We have the ability to take over this country and to do what is needed for everyone and to make things fair. But the problem is our communities are divided. They're completely divided. And I talk about this all the time, is that like for Asian Americans and for African Americans, we probably have one of the worst relationships between any community.
Well, right? I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too don't, in my experience, don't.
He couldn't have said it any better himself. The Asian and the so-called Aboriginal FBA community have probably one of the worst relationships economically and socially as quote-unquote minority groups, because these people align themselves with the supremacist class, with the leading colonist class. Okay?
And so we probably have one of the worst relationships between any community.
Well, right? I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too.
For Asian Americans and for African Americans, we probably have one of the worst relationships between any community.
Well, right? I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too don't, in my experience, don't even realize that if it wasn't for the civil rights movement, if it wasn't for that,
yes,
there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this
Thank
country.
you.
Boom. You hear what he said? Without the work, without the blood, sweat, and tears that your ancestors put in, there will be no Asian American community. There will be no Latino Hispanic community. There would be no Caribbean, Caribbean, Jamaican community. No African diaspora community. And now that we're delineating, the outcry from the immigrants is that now we're divisive. So the question I want to ask to the chat is coming up. I want to ask you guys a question here in a second. I want to wait till we get at least 100 people in the chat. So if we can get everyone in the live stream to share the live stream at least one time, if we can get the family to share the live stream at least one time, we can get 100 people in here before the 30-minute marker. Let's get 100 people in here before the 30-minute marker. Also, family, if you ain't support the channel, Cash App information is pinned at the top of the live stream. All right, so I want y'all to listen to this. He says some shit right here. Let's run it back.
Don't even realize that if it wasn't for the civil rights movement, if it wasn't for that,
yes,
there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this country.
Thank you. So, and what I have been trying to teach the Asian community is like, friends, do you understand that your success, your prosperity, your civil rights that you enjoy right now was paid for with Black blood? Yes. Right? And
with Aboriginal FBA blood, you just can't say Black blood. You got to add that foundational to it. You got to say Aboriginal American blood, the first. You see what I'm saying? That got to be added into the equation when mentioning the people who backed y'all riding off this platform and path that we had already blazed and set a trail. Okay, so shout out to everybody in the building, man. We got more to cook, man. Let's go.
The fact that you don't recognize that shows you how much you take this for granted and how much you don't care about the future. Because
yes,
if you understood this, you would be grateful for their sacrifice and understand what they have gone through.
They're not grateful. He said, if you understood, you would be grateful. Obviously, either they don't understand or they're just not grateful because they haven't showed any grace towards the indigenous people. As a matter of fact, they feel a sense of entitled to be able to use these particular things like the Civil Rights Act to be able to get what they need in America. They feel like that's a given. That's not nothing that we did. They feel like the white man gave it to us, but the story has not been told properly is that we fought and put that in place. We didn't ask it, we snatched it. When our people come together, aka get on code, we can move mountains, family. I need y'all to understand that. Do not block anyone in the chat today. Do not block my brother Zoe. He is cool. Let him speak his piece, and he will come on the panel. Shout out to my brother Zoe, one of my immigrant brothers from the Haitian Islands, from Haiti. Let him rock out. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty.
And the fact that you don't recognize that.
Let me run this back just a little bit so y'all can get this. If y'all just coming in the building, drop those fire emojis. If you're new to the channel, drop those fire emojis, all right? We want to make sure everybody feeling comfortable as y'all come in.
Success, your prosperity, your civil rights that you enjoy right now was paid for with Black blood. Yes. Right? And the fact that you don't recognize that shows you how much you take this for granted and how much you don't care about the future. Because
yes,
if you understood this, you would be grateful for their sacrifice.
Well, and this is not just anyone, and this goes especially for all immigrant groups. And like he started off the conversation, FBA/Aboriginal Americans and Chinese or Asian community have one of the worst relationships in America, without a shadow of a doubt. Especially when it comes to economic alliances or political alliances. There is none. But yet they use the tool and our blood, sweat, and tears and the things that we put together and built from the ground up as foundational handrails for us to guide ourselves through this journey. And a lot of the people, the immigrant people that come over here are off balance, and they used our same railing to gain their balance as well, without giving credit to the balance and the people whose shit you using.
And understand what they have gone through for you to have rights. And the second thing along with that is I remind you that liberty and rights don't exist in perpetuity. They exist as long as we say they exist. And if you want it to continue in the future, it's not going to be Black people again. They're not going to go to fight this battle for you again this time.
We're not. And I don't think we heard nobody say it as clear as what we just heard it just now. We're not going to go fight your battles again. And they're starting to see it with the birthright citizens. No, we're not supporting that. We're not supporting them in trying to get that together. The TSP with the Haitians, we're not supporting them with that. The ICE deportation, we're sitting back and just watching. We're not getting involved in your gripe and your battles. When we had our own battles, we pulled our own self up by our bootstraps. We fought. We had no allies. We had no external help from no minority groups. You see what I'm saying? But yet y'all look at us in our eyes and tell us that we're lazy when you use the shit that we worked and built for. You'll look at us and tell us, you guys gripe too much when we actually put stuff in play, family. We put stuff in play, literally. I got some more clips we're going to get into, so I hope y'all ready to get into it. Drop those fire emojis, and let's get to it. Let's get into it, because we got to talk about this whole immigration thing, because the Hispanic community came over about 4 years ago during the Biden administration, and crime in the United States has shot through the roof, while Venezuelan crime dropped down to a tremendous low. Murder in Venezuela is at an all-time high in all of its history of Venezuela. We're going to get into that. Where did all the murderers go that was in Venezuela for them to have the lowest murder rate that they have had in the history? They didn't just all disappear. They came to America. We're going to break this down, y'all. So if y'all ready to get into it, I need y'all to drop those fire emojis, hit that like button, thumb up the video, and let's go.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb.
Venezuela, by the way, has the lowest murder rate ever right now. What does that tell you?
Yeah, all the murderers are gone.
They're here.
Yeah. So is it true that they're emptying prisons? I mean, is this
not
Cuba all over again?
This is not a hearsay. There was a memo by DHS last year admitting that, in fact, they knew that Venezuela's government was emptying their prison and rehabilitation centers or drug centers, releasing them on purpose, because they knew with instructions to make, if they were going to get out, you're going to make your way to the U.S. That is not, we're not making that up. That's true. It was reported on, and DHS admitted that was happening. And in fact, it has. El Tren de Aragua is heavily present in our country.
I always tell people the gay, the Latino, African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning, because we are the majority now.
We're gonna play this from the beginning again. We're gonna run this back.
Okay,
so listen. What I'm saying is that the Venezuelans and the illegal immigrants are over here in large numbers, and not only that, just like what Trump and what we've been saying, they're dumping the criminals in our communities, the most violent, degenerate, disturbing people that live in Venezuela has now entered in America, and you wonder why our communities is going to hell. You wonder why our suburbs is now being overrun with criminal immigrant activity. And a lot of them go on record and attach themselves to Negro, FBA, Aboriginal culture. They blend in, they thrive, they able to maneuver through America by attaching themselves to Aboriginal / FBA culture, family. Now let's show you how many of these illegal immigrants is over here, and should we be worried about a South American government invasion from places like El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, in cases, and also, of course, Venezuela. So let's go.
Rehabilitation centers or drug centers, releasing them on purpose because they knew with instructions to make, if you were going to get out, you're going to make your way to the U.S. That is not, we're not making that up. That's true. It was reported on, and DHS admitted that was happening, and in fact, it has. El Tren de Aragua is heavily present in our country now.
Okay, so you're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here.
That's exactly what he's saying. Hey, man, we got 66 people in here listening to us right now. And that's a few people that's listening to us right now on Twitter X, and a few people that's listening to us right now on YouTube. Let's get everyone in the building to share the live stream, family. We're trying to get 100 people in the live stream before the 30-minute marker. We're officially at 22 minutes in the live stream. So if we can get everybody to give it a quick share, hashtag Aboriginal Power, hashtag Tether Awareness. We want you to hashtag Tether Awareness when you share this live stream. So make sure we get everyone that's listening to give it a quick share, family. And after you share the live stream, come back in the live and drop a fire emoji. Salute to everybody in the building. Let's get everybody to drop a fire emoji after they share the live stream. Let's get to it.
And go to the United States.
Yes.
And DHS has in writing said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
How many people are we talking about?
Millions. And just Venezuela alone.
We're talking about in the last 2 or 3 years, we've had estimated how many people have come across the border.
My estimation, the official number I think is about 10 million.
Yeah, it's about 10, 11 million.
Yeah,
that's the official.
But my personal opinion, I think we're about 15 to 18.
Venezuela reportedly emptying its prisons, and those criminals are now entering the U.S. through our southern border. Quote, a recent Department of Homeland Security intel report received by the Border Patrol instructs agents to look for Venezuelan inmates released from entering the U.S. The report, reviewed by Breitbart Texas, indicates the Venezuelan government is purposely freeing inmates, including some convicted of murder, rape, and extortion.
20 illegal migrants tried to get on the bus today at one of our bus stops.
Hours earlier, she got this email letting Nicole know her 8-year-old son was aboard his school bus heading to Hamul Elementary when all of a sudden...
Really confused. He said these adults, they weren't kids. He said,
what the hell is going on in America when you got 20 violent, pedo, murdering, illegal immigrants getting on a public school bus? What the hell is going on in America when you got 20 violent immigrants, undocumented, illegal immigrants getting on public school buses?
Her 8-year-old son,
school buses, not septic,
was aboard his school bus heading to Hamul Elementary when all of a sudden...
Really confused. He said these adults, they weren't kids. He said, but they had backpacks on. Mom, and they tried to get on our bus. He said, and there was a lot of them.
The district confirmed 20 migrants tried to board the bus Wednesday morning when it stopped to pick up students here along its B route. That's when parents and the driver stepped in, keeping the migrants at bay.
It was definitely really scary.
It also happened Tuesday along Route A, shown here in orange near State Route 94. 3 men walked along the highway trying to stop the bus to, quote, go around their group. Parents like Jeremy Adams now demanding answers from the district and a safety plan to help quell fears.
We don't know who these people are. We don't know if they have any criminal history, what their background is.
Meanwhile, the sheriff's office says it's conducting an investigation and says it takes safety very seriously and are working with the school district in order to keep students and the community safe. As far as Nicole goes, she's stuck with the what ifs.
It's just scary that these kids are put into this situation. If those 20 people would have gotten onto the bus and tried to take over the bus, like these kids and the bus driver could have been in real danger.
There are groups of migrants waiting for your children's buses to arrive to pick them up. And the plan was for them to come onto the bus and overtake the children before they go to school, as in possibly trafficking your own children while they are on a bus going to their school. That's what you're.
Are you telling me that that these people were possibly about to traffic children, to a bunch of illegal immigrants? This is how you know it become an issue. Shout out to my sister, Empress Goddess Namaste. She made a great point. It became an issue when we have immigrants complaining about immigrants. I'm going to say it again, family. When you have immigrants complaining about other immigrants, immigration is becoming an issue. Deportation is a must. Deportation is a must. Drop a fire emoji in the building. Shout out to my Aboriginal and FBA family. We still ain't have nobody support the channel. It's all good, y'all bogus. But at least share the live stream. We got 3 minutes till we hit 30 minutes, and we're trying to get 100 people in the live stream. I can't do it by myself. I done shared it on all my platforms. All right, I'm shadow banned right now. This channel was deleted off of YouTube for 3 minutes. I'm probably the only person y'all ever met that got a YouTube channel that was taken, terminated, and got it back. All right. So listen, I need y'all to share this live stream. Hashtag Aboriginal Power. Hashtag Tether Awareness when you share this live stream. Let's get 100 people in here. We can do it if all of y'all share the live stream.
And
only if all y'all share it.
And we're okay continuing to support this current administration that kept the borders open the whole time while our children were losing their lives at an unalarming rate when the country was pleading and begging for our president to shut down those borders. And you kept blaming the Republicans that you couldn't do it unless they signed a deal, which, by the way, had something to do tied in with money going to Ukraine and continuing to fund that country, which I don't understand how it would have any bearing at all, shutting down our borders and protecting our children. And now it is noted that there are gangs that are being put together and grouping together with plans of trafficking or possibly allegedly of trafficking our own children as they are on their path to their school.
Now that's some deep shit to just think about. If that is really happening, if that's really happening, there ain't no saving it. America is doomed when you have this type of activity going on. When you have this type,
I always tell people that
activity going on in America, you gotta watch what's being taking place. I'm gonna get into this next clip we got lined up for you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Now listen. I want y'all to listen. This is a conversation between two Hispanics having a conversation about deportation. I want y'all to be able to get what's going on. Just going to give y'all a quick breakdown. It's not long, but it says a mouthful within the conversation. All right, so before we even get into that, I do need everybody to hit that like button, thumb up the video, you know what I'm saying? Support the channel. I'll be right back. Hold on. My bad. I had to go grab my water. All right, so we should be locked and loaded for what we want to get into. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Undocumented people should be deported?
Yes.
I don't know why the video.
Because there's a process, like they're demanding due process to get out of here, but they didn't follow due process to get in. So
yeah, but the paths are pretty much impossible for many people.
Let me run it back.
And very
for those that
expensive
didn't hear
too.
it.
I think undocumented people should be deported.
yes. Because there's a process, like they're demanding due process to get out of here, but they didn't follow due process to get in. So
yeah, but the paths are pretty much impossible for many people. Yeah. And
Well-
very expensive too. So if you came in a situation where you're not eligible for relief and you don't have the money to pursue relief, then how are you supposed to follow the process?
wouldn't that be like me saying, well, it's hard for me to get a mansion, so I can just break in and get in, and now I demand that the owner gets an eviction notice, otherwise I'm not leaving.
That is a mouthful. Now, I'm going to break this thing down for those that didn't understand the broken English within these Hispanic immigrants. Now, he asked, the young lady asked the gentleman, do you believe that Latinos should be deported? He said, yes. She said, I don't believe so. He said, y'all want to go, and he said, y'all want to deal with due process now that y'all being deported, but y'all didn't deal with due process coming in. It's a double standard. She was like, well, it's hard and we can't afford it, and it's just out of our means. And he said, well, it's almost like you saying that, well, I want a mansion, even though I can't afford it. I'm just going to break in and live there and hope that they just let me live there. And that's the same thing. Y'all can't afford to come to this country, and you can't afford to come through a due process. So you just break in somebody's crib and live. That's a body bag. That's an easy body bag in the conversation. We're gonna move on. We got a lot more to get into. So now I want to get into this next clip, because a lot of these people that you don't understand, even the Hispanic people that you see in Mexico, are just as racist as white supremacists. As a matter of fact, they're now speaking similar sentiments that we're speaking against some of their immigrant class of people. Let me play this clip right quick. Y'all ready to get into it? Drop
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
So people are protesting in Mexico City against the Americans that are living there.
Hold on.
Did y'all see the people in Mexico saying learn Spanish or leave? So people are protesting in Mexico City again. Did y'all see the people in Mexico saying learn Spanish or leave? So people are protesting in Mexico City against the Americans that are living there, Black Americans, white Americans, and everything else, saying pay taxes, speak Spanish, use pesos, or get out. Which is crazy because the U.S., for the most part, has accommodated for the Spanish speakers, the ones who do not speak any English. You press 2 for Spanish. Many health care facilities have language services, schools, etc. Because of Black Americans and the 1965 Immigration Act, the Hispanic population has exploded, and there's now more Hispanics in the United States than Black Americans, which is crazy because some of y'all funky tail uncles are being racist. This was the largest discrimination settlement in California over a decade. And the strangest thing about it is that it's Black people suing Hispanics when we historically have been suing white people. Like, what is going on? Like, this is strange. Black Americans fought blood, sweat, and tears to get that Immigration Act passed. And this is what you get in return? Did you guys know that there's ample evidence that ever since the 1965 Immigration Act that the new immigrant populations have displaced Native Black American populations? Like in Minneapolis in the year 2000, there was 70% of a Native Black American population. It went down to 39% by 2020.
Cost of rent, and people believe it has gender.
So look, these people don't want immigrants from South America and Mexico. So why don't they see the thing that we don't want none of these people in our country? They got these strict performance laws and immigration laws where you need to speak Spanish and pay taxes or leave. We're saying you need to come over here legally, pay some respect to the foundational Aboriginal Americans, Black Americans, or shut up. So we're done helping you guys, no matter what you say. No matter what y'all say, we're done helping. We're done helping. You see what I'm saying?
Went down to 39% by 2020.
Cost of rent, and people believe it has and they started targeting American-owned businesses like Rip and Dip, and they also went to restaurants as they started breaking glass, and one person even had a knife as he was trying to break through the glass at one of these buildings. While locals, tourists, and Americans were inside of these restaurants and these shops, they were terrified for their life as these protesters seemed like they were going to attack. And this is what some of the protesters...
There are many Black Americans moving to Mexico City for a better life. Just like people were moving here in 1965, 1970, 1980, and up until today. Imagine if...
I mean, shit, they're going to continue to keep moving here. You know what I'm saying? As long as we allow them. That's why I say we can't allow them. You see what I'm saying? Let's get into the next topic of conversation in the next set of clips that I got lined up. Now, this is a little more of the goofy side, but we're going to play the clip. But I want y'all to listen to what this immigrant has to say. This African immigrant has to say about the foundational Aboriginals, aka foundational Black Americans.
He's on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the
track. For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbine just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
I'm African American. He is straight African. How do you see African Americans?
Can you tell cuz African?
He is straight.
Can you tell he African? Look at his clothes. Man, this guy's got on more patterns than a pimp in the 60s. He got on floral pattern with pastel lines and pinstripes. What type? We knew you was
African. I'm African American. He is straight African. How do you see African Americans?
I see y'all as slaves.
He said, I see y'all as slaves. How do you see us as slaves if they don't teach slavery in Africa? How do you see us as slaves when you think of and when you type in the richest Black people, the most successful Black people, you only see Black Americans, Aboriginal Americans? When you type in inventions by Negroes, it's only going to be foundational Black Americans or Aboriginal Americans that popping up. So how do you see a slave, you dummy? I'm tired of this slave narrative being put on our people. This is tethered delusion. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all.
And what do you see African Americans?
I see y'all as slaves.
And what makes us slaves?
Because you built a nation that controls you.
How does it control us? We got NBA, NFL.
He said we built the nation that controls us. If we built a nation that controls us, and that's a bad thing, and you guys built a nation that control you guys built the African nations that control African people, and you still fled. What does that say for you? You guys are governed, and the whole continent of Africa is ran by African government, running African people, and it's still a horrible shithole that you had to flee from to come to America to put on all these pastel colors.
Controls you.
How does it control us? We got NBA, NFL. We running it.
They use you as dancers and entertainers.
Well, they paying us $100 million.
They use us as the dancers and entertainers. And what do the first thing these dudes do when they come to America, or when they get a hold of American culture, or the first time they properly learn how to start speaking English? Look at Burner Boy. Look at Akon. Look at the dude from Power with that big ass nose, the light skinned dude. Look at Antetokounmpo. Look at Mutombo. Look at Manute Bol. Do I gotta keep going? You just said that y'all people come over here and do the same thing that y'all look down on us on. Y'all just don't like it because we're becoming economically footing off of that, and you guys are still starving in Africa. Look at people like Flacco, who's fully head up to his eyebrows in Aboriginal culture, the dancing, the football, the hip hop, the culture that you just named, and that's how he makes a living. Think about it.
Plus,
Yeah, but then they own the money.
NFL, we running it.
They use you as dancers and entertainers.
Well, they paying us $100 million plus.
Yeah, but then they own the money.
So
they own the money now. So you shouldn't do it because they own the money. Oh, they own the money. When you guys come over here, work for Uber Eats, DoorDash, you feel what I'm saying? And come over here and work for money. You do DoorDash for the money in America. You left your homeland of being the king of your village to come over here and bring DoorDash to Aboriginal power. You see what I'm saying? You left your homeland of being a brain surgeon in Zimbabwe to becoming a window washer at big Aboriginal powerhouse or business. Come on, man. Y'all got to give it up with trying to take away from Black Americans so y'all can gain that same interest. See, this is their game, family. This is how you know that they leech off of. They got to take away our accomplishments, our attributes, our innovations, our inventions, so they can gain acknowledgement. This is sad.
Use you as dancers and entertainers.
Well, they paying us $100 million plus.
Yeah, but then they own the money.
So the Africans, how y'all see African Americans?
Huh?
How do Africans see African Americans?
We see y'all honestly as, if you want the truth, we see y'all as our heroes that have given up on themselves.
But I know not Americans that see.
How you gonna say heroes that's giving up on ourselves coming from an African who's not even in Africa? Not only did you give up on yourself and your African culture, you gave up on your whole homeland. And you're going to talk about the people who built and fought for you to come over here? The only group of people that has been oppressed by a colonist class of people and never fled in mass numbers? Hey, Spellcaster, this channel never been monetized, but if y'all want to support the channel, Cash App information is at the top of the screen for those that do want to support. Now, you're not obligated, but we do appreciate it. Support the channel that supports you. All right, make sure y'all get these likes up too, man. We got 92 of the family member in the building, and we need to get these likes up. We still haven't hit 100 yet. The goal was to try to get 100 people in the live stream before the 30-minute marker. We're officially just hit the 45-minute marker in this live stream. So if we can get everybody in the building to share the live stream, if we can get all 90 of the family members to give us a quick tweet or a quick share on whatever social media, we can guarantee to get 100 people in here in 5 minutes. Let's go. Let's go.
If you want the truth, we see y'all as our heroes that have given up on themselves.
But I know not Americans that see y'all, they be like African booty scratchers.
It's the persona that the white man has printed on you to dismiss your brother. Because you got to divide me to conquer me with you.
What are we trying to conquer in Africa? See, this is that divide and conquer. We're not going, we're in our land. How are we going to conquer you and we in our land? You can't our shit. I could see if we was going to Africa talking about, yeah, you African booty scratchers trying to cause a divide and conquer tactic. Nigga, we don't even want to go to Africa. We don't even want to go to Africa if you want to be real with it. If y'all watching me right now on Instagram, make sure y'all come over there on YouTube at Aboriginal Power. Make sure y'all come support the channel. Drop a fire emoji. Let me know what side of the YouTube or the internet that y'all coming from, whether it's Twitter or whether it's from Instagram. All right. It's your brother Aboriginal Power, man. The hood journalist, the hood scientist. We back live in effect. Shout out to the real ones in the building. Let's get back to it.
African booty scratcher. It's the persona that the white man has printed on you to dismiss your brother. Because you're going to divide me to conquer me with you.
But you divided us and said we are slaves.
Yeah.
But they got y'all too, ain't it?
No, they don't.
You went back, I'm your brother, I'm lost though.
Because I could say tomorrow, if I'm done with this shit, I could go home. You can't go home. You stay here.
There's obviously some divide with Africans and people that were born in the West. Let's talk about it a little bit. Is what he's saying true? Do Africans see us as slaves? Yes, they do. These are the people whose ancestors have never experienced slavery or their ancestors.
Nigga, we not slaves and we not from Africa. So all my FBA family that's listening, contrary to belief, we're not African. We're not African genetics. We're not African culture. We're not African tradition. And we're not African blood. We are American, Aboriginal. Some may say foundational. Okay? They use your skin color and the skin black as a misnomer to cause a red herring to knock you off the path of knowledge of self. We are the true Aboriginals, man, the first, the foundational. Shout out to the real ones in the building, man. Drop those fire emojis. Hey, and let's keep it going. We ain't got much to get into. We ain't got much.
Might have sold our ancestors into slavery. They see us as slaves because in reality, that's what we are. We are descendants of slaves. He also said something very interesting, that he's in America, but at any point he could say, I'm done with this, I'm going back home.
He's not going back home, fam. Y'all can cut that, oh, at any given time, I can just go back home crap. Y'all not going back to Africa. Come on, y'all. Let's get a few people to share this live stream, y'all. We got to get back in that algorithm. We almost had 100 people in this live. Come on. We need to get 100 people in here within the next 2 minutes. Let's go. Let's go.
Reality, that's what we are. We are descendants of slaves. He also said something very interesting, that he's in America, but at any point he could say, I'm done with this, I'm going back home. Nobody in the West can say that. You'll hear the conservatives say, go back to where you came from. We came from the West.
Nigga, we from here. Speak for yourself.
At any point, he could say, I'm done with this. I'm going back.
And we don't even know who you is. You got like a little weird accent. And so my tether antennas is up. So we don't even know who you rightfully is, fam. So you over here talking about we, us. You ain't speaking for us, big dog. We don't even know you, family. You over here talking about we. Can somebody verify or vouch for this fella?
Something very interesting, that he's in America, but at any point he could say, I'm done with this, I'm going back home. Nobody in the West can say that. You'll hear the conservatives say, go back to where you came from. We came from the West. The average African American is about 80% African and 20% European. But since we are hundreds of years removed from...
Yeah, he's slow. He's probably a Jamaican or something, because he's talking about majority of Black Americans are 80% African and 20% European. When somebody says stuff like that and fail to acknowledge your American lineage, your American heritage, then these people are under the Afro diaspora. We no longer allowing Pan-Africans to speak for us neither. Can we say that finally, family? We're no longer going to allow Pan-Africans to speak for us.
Where you came from. We came from the West. The average African American is about 80% African and 20% European. But since we are hundreds of years removed from Africa, we don't necessarily know any African ancestors. I'll use myself, for example, right? I can show you my white cousins with 0% African DNA.
Yeah, this nigga is a Jamaican. He out of one minty come all. Out of one minty come, nigga, if you don't get that one love shit out of here, we not like the rest of the niggas, so you can't treat us like the rest of the niggas. You get it? We the Aboriginal foundational Black America. You can't treat us like the rest of them, and you not talking like one of us. We putting you on the sideline. You getting red shirted from the Aboriginal FBA team, bro. You talking like a tether. This is some tether tactic talking.
Certainly know any African ancestors. I'll use myself, for example, right? I can show you my white cousins with 0% African DNA before I can show you a purebred African cousin from Africa. And I'm mostly African, right? That's a story for most people that are.
See, this guy's just an African living in America, talking about Africans and African. No, you're not about to speak up. We don't even, real niggas in America don't even use the term African American in social everyday conversation when conversating with our folks. We don't be like, what's up, my African American brother? Yeah, we don't do that. That's not even in our vernacular. You see what I'm saying? That's not even in our vernacular, fam. We need that to be acknowledged. If you are Aboriginal or FBA in the building, can I get y'all to drop a fire emoji? I need to know who all in the building. I need to know who all in the building. Drop a fire emoji if the squad is in the building in his own code. Drop those fire emojis. Let's get to this next clip. Man, this Caribbean chick, she kind of drops some truth. She tells some secrets that they talk about behind the door.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Then the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb.
I'm not going to speak for my whole country. Love Jamaica. But I think quite a few Jamaicans think that you guys play the victim a lot. Like an outsider looking in, it's like, gosh, them complain about everything. Look how much opportunity them have. Look how them can.
She said a lot of you, she said a lot of Jamaicans, she said she's not going to lie, a lot of Jamaicans and Caribbeans think that we complain too much. Y'all hear that?
But I think quite a few Jamaicans think that you guys play the victim a lot. Like an outsider looking in, it's like, gosh, them complain about everything. Look how much opportunity them have. Look how them can work. Look how them can buy $1 burger. And them over there complain. And that is how I was preconditioned, if I'm being totally honest. They're like, Shante, don't go over there and waste the opportunity. Don't go over there and start complaining. Work for your own focus. And so that's always been my mindset. We're so focused on just making it. I really want to emphasize that. But sometimes when you just
look, they're so focusing on making it and trying to live the American dream and get away from their culture, to just push all their culture and everything about their homeland in the back of their mind. And the only thing they're thinking about is becoming successful in America. And if they got to step on you and your children's necks to get there. If they got to undermine you, backcut you, backstab you, and tell on you and make up things just to get you out the way, that's their job. What they're going to do, anything they got to do to stay in America. If Donald Trump said all Caribbeaners got to leave, y'all been deported first thing in the morning, unless y'all wear bikinis, all the men wear bikinis and rub your stomach, pat your head on one leg and say, rubber baby, rubber ducky. And all the Caribbeaners going to do it, looking like fools out there in the middle of the street, doing it for hours upon hours just to stay. They would do anything. Absolutely. You tell them go lick doorknobs at a downtown courthouse, they're gonna go do it. It doesn't matter what they're gonna do what they're gonna do to stay here.
Focus on that. So that's always been my mindset. We're so focused on just making it. I really want to emphasize that. But sometimes when you just a focus about, oh, you're gonna eat, you know, think say somebody a touch you. You know, think say, you know, oh, I'm gonna have the right temperature. I'm hungry. What y'all gonna do? Like, you
just pause. Just to translate, she was talking about when you're focused, when you're so hungry, you're not worried about, who's doing this or that. You're just trying to eat. You just got to get the food.
You hear that? She said she ain't worrying about helping, fighting back, liberation, freedom, success, education, on code, supremacy, slavery, nothing. When you starving, she ain't thinking about none of the above when you starve. The only thing they thinking about is eat. And they've been eating off of our plate to the point where they feel entitled. They feel so entitled that now we're snatching the plate away in the form of delineating, and they're saying that it's divisive. Delineating is now becoming a misnomer for an attack. Delineating is now trying to become synonymous with xenophobia. No, delineating is not. It should becoming anonymous with removing parasites. Delineating should be accustomed to getting rid of leeches, vampires. In a land full of sinners, the righteous ones look evil. In the land full of sinners, the righteous ones look evil, family.
To translate, she was talking about when you're focused, when you're so hungry, you're not worried about, who's doing this or that. You're just trying to eat. You just got to get the food, put it down, put it in your mouth, and then get to work so you can go eat again, right? That's just to translate that, because I know some of y'all probably lost, just want to clarify that.
And we'll have subtitles if needs be, right?
No, you got me. I'm right here. It is our job, or it's everybody's job, to be able to grow up and be able to see through other lenses and other perspectives without having to live that experience.
I know, get it. And I think a lot of Jamaicans don't get that because they have never been here and they don't live the life.
Y'all could they want to be us,
I'm
but
not
they're
gonna
too busy starving. They're too busy trying to eat, like she said. She said we're not focusing on anything when you're starving, when you want to eat. We know that.
White censorship is going away.
We know that. We know that to be the case. We know that to be the truth. Let's get into this next clip we got for y'all. My brother about to drop some heat right here. Shout out to my Aboriginal FBA OG brother right here. Shout out to him. He about to drop that heat for us.
White censorship is going away, and people want Black Americans to put the capes on and care about them, and we don't give a shit. Because every time we need another group, including people from the African diaspora, what do? You find ways to shit on our freaking legends like the Buffalo Soldiers, Harriet Tubman, so many others. You find a way to come over and undermine us. You find a way to go in and get under white supremacists and find a way to just constantly find a way to shit on us, to show us there is no unity. We've tried the whole black and brown unity. We tried to save the freaking African diaspora. At this point, we are fucking resting. We don't give a shit.
Tell us how you really
from
feel,
my whole country.
OG.
Love Jamaica. But I think quite a few
Tell
Jamaicans
us how you
think
really
that you
feel,
guys
OG.
play the
Let's run
victim
that
a lot.
back for
Like
OG.
We are
He said we are tired. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let OG speak. Tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. I wish we had some immigrants in here so we can have these diametrically opposed conversations.
Unity. We tried to save the freaking African diaspora. At this point, we are fucking resting. We don't give a shit.
I got to say I agree with him 100%. We're resting. We could give a rat's ass about your endeavors in America. We don't care. Like he said, we don't give a sugar honey iced tea. We don't give a flip. You understand?
Resting. We don't give a shit. Now, if I don't speak, if I don't speak for you, that's fine. But I can guarantee you, a good chunk of Black America is sick of everybody's shit. So it don't matter if you come from the freaking diaspora or any other.
I got to say I got to second that again. I got to second that again. It's not just anybody. It's not like we're picking and choosing Hispanics, Caribbean, Africans that's from the continental Africa. We don't give a damn. We're tired of all you guys shit. We tired of all you guys setting up in our neighborhood. We tired of all of you guys penny pitching off us. We tired of all you guys borrowing our culture. We tired of all of you guys getting involved in our conversation. We tired of you motherfuckers speaking on us. We're just tired of you guys in general. And at some point in time, when we're tired and we got people over, you motherfuckers got to go, and we're just going to chill, rest on this few days. We'll holler at y'all when we holler at y'all. How many people in the chat feel like my brother in the chat? In the video that we listened to. If you feel what my brother feel, drop a fire emoji in the chat. I just want to see who all up in here with us right now. Let's make it work.
Speak for you, that's fine. But I can guarantee you, a good chunk of Black America is sick of everybody's shit. So it don't matter if you come from the freaking diaspora.
If you
or any other group, we don't. Right, censorship is going away, and people want Black Americans to put the capes on and care about them.
We're not putting the capes on, and we don't care about them. And I think you said it simply as it needs to be said. I think you said it best. And so within this conversation, there's another conversation that runs parallel. Fix you broke Tennessee Wi-Fi. Something wrong with my Wi-Fi? Is something wrong with my Wi-Fi? Y'all let me know if my Wi-Fi is it. Y'all let me know. Yeah, I'll figure if y'all let me know in the chat if my shit acting up. But a conversation that runs adjacent to all this is who we are in general. Now, I had a conversation not too long ago with a guy that I named Little Taco. If y'all remember Little Taco that used to come to the channel a while back, maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, Little Taco, the Hispanic guy that was challenging us on the Aboriginal knowledge. Do y'all remember him? Y'all remember Little Taco? The little Native American that was coming around trying to debate. Well, obviously him having these engagements with big Aboriginal power sparked a new interest inside of him. He's now singing a different tune. He's now been baptized by BAP and been woken up with the blood spirit of the ancestors of America. So let's play the clip of Lil Taco. Here you go. Let's go. Let's play.
These Native Americans we see now, their DNA goes back to Siberia. It's a fact. Look it up, man. Their DNA goes back to Siberia.
Look who's singing a different tune now, baby. Big Bat waking up the world, family. Native Americans, we proved that y'all Siberian, Asian, West Asian, and Southern Asian. We told y'all that we the real ones around here, foundational Black Americans. Listen to me. You are the Aboriginal American. You are the first here. He caught the Holy Ghost from Bow. Let's listen to him some more.
And that's where the Mongols were kicking it. That's basically like their origins, that area. So you got to think, how do these Mongols, or these Native Americans from Siberia, how do they go from this white skin to this really dark Asian looking skin? or this dark skin with Asian features, okay? Look, the original people of the Americas were black folk. And this is one of the biggest secrets in history.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. This guy argued with me for a year straight as a Hispanic, talking about he's Mayan, he's Native American, he's from here. I said, listen, dude, you are Asian, family. What tribe you with? I said, oh, your tribe said they got an origin story of coming from over the Bering Strait, and I guarantee that they got a language that's connected to the Dene language. He argued with me for a year. I beat him down with Olmec after Olmec, Mayan after Mayan, mound builder after mound builder, until he woke up and understand that the niggas in America is the only true and first Americans.
Everyone's talking about it, but I'm going to take it a step farther real quick. All right? Because Mango Capic, obviously, he's a descendant of the Mongols. All right? So you got to think, if the black Indians were here, okay, and these Mongols came through, think about it. How did these Siberians get their skin so dark? There was fucking going on, yo. And not just, consensual. I think I'm saying that right. It was non-consensual. I think I'm saying that right.
These people were slaves. See, that's the part he's not getting. I try to show him the actual documented primary records that was written by our ancestors almost 1,000 years ago. Our ancestors wrote documents 1,000 years ago explaining and illustrating how these Asian invaders were slaves and prisoners on our land. I'm going to do a whole bill of how the Asian invasion 1,000 years ago led to them being in prison in America. I'm going to do a whole build on this, man. I got more heat on this. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to my FBA family in here. Y'all about to get some good knowledge right now on who y'all is. And my Aboriginals, y'all already know how we cooking. And the Indian niggas, that be y'all, because some of y'all Indian niggas still pushing that Native American stuff. I need y'all to stop it. Let's go.
Man, these Mongols were fucking savages, man. And I got books for days. This is just, I'm just dropping this to start off the series, man. Look, all right. These Mongols came through, did their thing with the black Indians here. And that's what created Mexicans and the Native American. That's the only way. That's where this melanin or this whatever left of the original gene, that's where it came from. Native Americans, you are no different than us Mexicans. We're the same fucking thing. All right. But it's funny.
Yeah, come on, man. Who woke this guy up? I told Lil Taco that Native Americans and Mexicans is the same people because Asians got enslaved in colonial Mexico, got labeled as Chino, Mexicans, and then Indian. Oh my God. See, this nigga just took Big Bap Blueprint and now he spread it to the world. He need to tell him who he got it from. Look at him. He knew this. See, when he really did the research, it's unrefutable. It's going to blow your mind, family. Once you understand that you're the original people here and that all the Indian chiefs and tribes in the 1700s were as dark as night, melanated with dreadlocks, braids, gold teeth, and all the finer things that you can imagine. They lied to you about this savage Mongoloid Native American high cheekbone, long hair situation. That's all fabricated bullshit. But listen, this is just a testimony to my work because this was somebody who was totally in opposition, a total skeptic, and who totally went against his Aboriginal knowledge. And now look at him 2 years later, pushing it just like Baby Bap. He look. I'm proud of my little immigrant son. See, Bap not just waking up my people. I'm waking up all the people. I'm waking up all the people, family. Let's go. Drop those fire emojis.
Because there's literally books, okay? I'm gonna drop a link, okay? This book is worth $250,000. I think this book is called The 103 Amazing Facts of the Black Indian.
You know what he was talking about? You know what he was talking about? The 103 facts about the Black Indian of the Western Hemisphere. It's a PDF. It's worth $250,000 for a hardback copy right now online. If you go look it up right now, 103 facts about the Black Indian of the Western Hemisphere. Go look it up. It's a it's almost a $300,000 book, family. It's almost a $300,000 book, family. And guess what? I've read it. No. As a matter of fact, family, I got it, and I'm going to give it to you guys that don't got it today. Y'all going to walk away with it today and have that book on PDF file. Now, the hardback copy, for a hard version, for a physical hardback, it costs $250,000. But for a PDF, because y'all Aboriginal and y'all rock with me, I'm going to just give it away to the family for the free ski. Drop a fire emoji in the building, man. Drop a fire emoji in the building, man. That's how we do. That's how we do. That's how we do, family. We got to give y'all that. We got to give y'all that heat. Especially my FBA family that's in here. Y'all got to know about y'all lineage. We are not genetically African at all. Okay. So look, I dropped it 2 times in the chat. That's as many times I'm going to drop it. If you don't see it, refresh it and come back. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share the live stream, man. It's one of the realest, informational, littest channels on YouTube right now, man. Make sure y'all share the live stream. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't already. Subscribe to your brother Aboriginal Power, the Hood John, the Hood Scientist, man. The Hood Scientist. Now, we got some more clips to get back into. Hold on. We got more clips to get back into. We got more clips to get into. I need y'all to get ready. Let's get it right. I need y'all to smack that like button, thumb up the video, and then support the channel. I need y'all to support the channel right quick. Drop those fire emojis. I need y'all to listen to some more of this heat, because we proven that we the indigenous peoples here. That's what we doing right now as we speak. We proven that we are the indigenous people. So I got some more heat for y'all. I got some more heat for y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, let me pull this up. Drop those fire emojis. They got my stuff running a little slow though, but we freestyling right now. We freestyling. Let me know when y'all can hear this.
Negroes are 2 different peoples. Race and skin color are really a red herring. Okay, it's a kind of divisive lie that has been put about, and I'm going to go into this a bit more in detail. But to separate people by perceived race is a distraction. Okay, so we all think that all black people are the same, basically, but they're not. Africans and Negroes are different. They have a different skeletal structure, different skull shape, and
so you hearing this from a scientist, an archaeologist, an anthropologist, and he's a known anatomist. He's telling you that it's a difference between spirit. It's the difference between brain. It's the difference between innovations. It's the difference between bone structure, cellular structure, blood, all the way down. That it's a difference between a Negro and an African. Come on, man. We dropping heat today. I thought y'all knew we was dropping some heat today. We need everybody to share this live stream, man. Shout out to all the American Aborigines, the American Indians, FBA, whatever you identify as. Y'all my brothers in the same struggle. Even though we ain't blood, shit, we from the same mud. Even though we ain't blood, we from the same mud. Let's go.
And one interesting thing is African people, real Africans, cannot grow hair like Negroes can. So African men cannot grow beards. All right? African women cannot grow afros. All right? It's a very powerful thing. If you see real African women, you'll see that they've always got very, very short hair because literally they can't grow it.
Hold on. Let's get into the next clip. That's a lot. Listen.
Different peoples.
Listen to this. I want y'all to hear it one more time.
You know, race and skin color are really a red herring. Okay, it's a kind of divisive lie that has been put about, and I'm gonna go into this a bit more in detail. But you know, to separate people by perceived race is a distraction. Okay, so we all think that all black people are the same, basically, but they're not. Africans and Negroes are different. They have a different skeletal structure, different skull shape, and one interesting thing is African people, real Africans, cannot grow hair like Negroes can. So African men cannot grow beards. All right? African women cannot grow afros. Right? It's a very powerful thing. If you see real African women, you'll see that they've always got very, very short hair because literally they can't grow it.
So now that's a crucial clip that I need y'all to understand. He's saying that Negroes and Africans are two different things, two totally different things. You see what I'm saying? So claiming all this African shit is not proper. Now listen to this.
Clearly sounds as if you are delineating native blacks versus someone that comes here from Bermuda or Jamaica or wherever they may they may come from that is black. That's right. The purpose of that is what? Because you on the surface it would be like, hey, everybody here that's black gets treated a certain way. Why are you making that delineation?
That is an excellent point. You know why? Because you see, those people coming in from Jamaica or coming in from Africa, they have not been treated like black folk in this country. That's the first.
That's the first thing. They never went through our struggle. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't gonna come off the buckle because they ain't come through our struggle. Like I said, they not from here. They come here. We from here. They knew here, we grew here. We're different all the way around. In spirit, we're different.
Thing. And secondly, historically, they haven't had those historical spirits. They come in here voluntarily. When they come in here, they bring some cultural aspects from Africa. They can go back anytime they want. But the black people in this country have been exceptional people. Nobody's been mistreated, maltreated like them. Black folk are exceptional. They're the only people that came here forcefully. One. Two, they're the only people that denied their humanity.
Well, I don't agree with that.
You said that you talk about.
I don't agree with that. We was forced over here, shit. We not no slaves. We from here, Clyde. Mr. Clyde. Doctor, excuse me, my bad. No disrespect, OG. Dr. Clyde. We're not genetically African. How can we be genetically African? Listen, let's look up the oldest African human. Watch this. Let's Google this. The oldest African human. How old? Listen, they 30,000 years old. They DNA go back 30,000 years. Let's pull it up. These are the Khoisan. We're gonna do some education today. We're gonna show y'all that we're not genetically African. So let's go to some of the genetically oldest Africans on the shit. These are the people. San tribe. The San have been living in Southern Africa for at least 30,000 years. Yes, they are believed to be not only the oldest tribe in Africa, but quite possibly the world's most oldest ancient race. Right? Now, boom, pop this. Now, look, we're going to go ahead and kill that within a rebuttal, right? So now, we're going to go to a brother in America who has the oldest DNA, who had older DNA than that. So we're going to go to a brother who got older DNA than that. So they said the Khoisan go back 30,000 years, right? They found a nigga in America, an Aboriginal foundational America, who DNA go back 10 times that. It go back 10 times that. A brother out of South Carolina. So let's read. Albert Perry, approximately 338,000 years ago, DNA. Now listen, Albert Perry. Now look, they're gonna put African American. That's some that we got to get away from that. That's why we gotta openly voice our opinion about getting rid of that word African American. That should just be a foundational American or Aboriginal. All right, so let's read. Albert Perry, an Aboriginal American from South Carolina, had a unique Y chromosome that separate from the male lineage approximately around 338,000 years ago. Now, what's cute about this whole article is that not only is it 10 times older than the oldest known people in Africa, but this DNA is not even a match to the oldest people in Africa. The oldest people in Africa. Do you understand what I'm saying? So forget all that we're genetically African shit. Throw that away. Respectfully. You see what I'm saying, family? No disrespect. Throw that away, gang. We Aboriginal here. We from the land. We got the oldest known human beings on the planet. Listen, watch this. Let's see how old the human race is. Look. Let me just show you this. How old is what I need to put in? How old is the oldest Homo sapien? All right. So let's see. How old is the oldest Homo sapiens species? All right, so now look, let's pull up these articles. We're about to pull up these articles right quick. We're gonna let's get into a conversation about this whole out of Africa theory. All right, hold on. Let's get into it. So now look. Now, by the way, Albert Perry's DNA does not come from no hominid species. It's a regular nigga from South Carolina. You see what I'm saying? But we're gonna get to that in just a second. Matter of fact, let's go and get to that now. before we get to my clip. We're going to go ahead and go to this. So look, it said pinpoint dating isn't the strength of genetic analysis. So you hearing that? Listen, pinpoint dating isn't the strength of genetic analysis, as 200,000 years margin of error show. A general estimation ages of genetic imprecision, says Joshua Keith, who studies the evolution of the human genome at Princeton University. All right, genetics is really good at telling the qualitative things about the order of events and relative time frames. Before genetics, these divergence dates were estimated by the fossil that was found. Okay, the known remains only date back 300,000 years, so genome studies have located the divergence far more accurate on the evolutionary timeline. So they saying that some hominids branched off. Now look, through genes clearly show modern humans, aka us, Neanderthals, and Denisovians, a mysterious hominid species left behind substantial traces of DNA, but so far only a handful of tooth and bone remains do share a common ancestor, and it's apparent. Now, Homo aborigines is the species that existed around 200,000 years ago. So they're talking about some weird looking shit. Now let's click on what the hell they talking about right quick. Hold on, I gotta show you this little monkey. We gotta show you this little monkey. This Homo aborigines looking thing. Now listen, they saying in Africa it was a monkey 300,000 years ago. Now look, I'm just showing you what they say. They said Homo aborigines genus. Look, this is what this is right here. Let me say the name.
Homo heidelbergensis.
Homo heidelbergensis, right? This is who lived in Europe, possibly Asia, China, Africa, and Eastern and Southern Africa. All right. So now look at this thing. This is what was in Africa 300 years ago, but you got a nigga that looked like one of y'all uncles that's older than this that was in South Carolina at the same time. Albert Perry DNA is older than this species. Well, it would have been here right around the same time because they giving it a rough estimate. They saying this species was around 200,000 to 700,000 years ago. Albert Perry's DNA go back 300,000 plus years. So there wasn't even no real humans in Africa when Albert Perry was walking around. So how you going to say that we African genetics when we got the oldest genetics in American inside of American dude? American Aboriginal male. Think about it. All that African genetic shit is out the window. That we just debunked all the African genetics right here. So we don't want to hear anybody saying they African genetically. Now drop those fire emojis. Why we ain't got those likes in the building? Family, y'all must ain't enjoying the bill. Why y'all ain't supporting the channel? Y'all supposed to be hitting that cash app in the chat. But let's get back into this energy, man. Let's get back to proving this Aboriginal, American Indian, FBA lineage here, gatekeeping our culture, and proving how these tethers work together to deprive us.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Then the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbine just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. Then the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbine just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Passed the law
that no Africans could dress as Indians because they didn't know who was who.
I can't keep playing. Man, he gonna give me a copyright strike and flag all that cursing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to this next clip though, but y'all can read what was on the screen pretty clear. Let's get to this next clip we got lined up for the family. Let's get into this next clip we got lined up for the family. See, our energy is just waking people up. It got Mexicans that used to argue with me, trying to get right and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? You got Asians telling other immigrants that if it wasn't because of us, they wouldn't have shit. See, our energy is really affecting these people, family. So don't think us having these conversations and us being on code ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna play this clip from this old movie and see if it penetrates the soul of the Aboriginal.
You don't have to try to be something you're not. Trying to be something I'm not? Trying to be proud of my African heritage? That's being something I'm not, then fine. That's being something I'm not, then fine. My grandmother was a full-blooded Iroquois. I know all of that, Mama. They know this. I am alive because of the blood of the people who never scraped or begged or apologized for what they were. They asked only one thing of this world, to be allowed to be. It broke my heart when you changed your name. I gave you my grandmother's name, a woman who bore 9 children and educated them all, who held off 6 white men with a shotgun when they tried to drag one of her sons off to jail for not knowing his place. And you had to reach into an African dictionary to find a name that would make you proud. You don't have to try to be something you're not.
So listen, a lot of these Pan-Africans are trying to be something they're not. They're trying to reach into an African bag and find a culture. You feel what I'm saying, family? They're trying to find a name that they can feel proud about through a demoralizing victimhood story. You see what I'm saying? And we got to understand, you going into these stuff, man, these stuff is already out here. I'm just here working with the ancestors.
I must admit,
let's get into this next clip.
Ended.
Now, this next clip is even more testimony to how our energy is affecting these people. This is a clip from Skip Bayless talking about how the movie Sinners made him feel. Let's go.
I must admit, when Sinners ended, I felt battered, bludgeoned and battered by white guilt.
We're ready. We're prepared.
Y'all ready?
We're not giving to fear.
Let's get into this clip, man. This is gonna be one of them ones right
We're
here.
in this together.
This is gonna
The
be one
rule
of
of
them
law is
ones.
on our side.
Let's get to it. I need y'all to drop those
Somebody
fire
who's not
emojis.
dope, who's also thirsty.
Drop those fire emojis in the chat, man. Let's get into it, man. This is some heat right here. Y'all ready to get into it? Let's go.
So apparently Skip Bayless went to see Sinners. Oh, no, he didn't go to see. No, he didn't go to see Sinners. He waited because he said the NBA finals or whatever. He couldn't go because of the basketball. Like you can't go watch a movie and
Bullshit.
go. Exactly, Smith.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay. I think Lil Wayne has something to say about this too before we get into it. What Lil Wayne got to say about it? You know, right? Yeah, I agree. Skip Bayless is trash. You heard? Okay, Lil Wayne told us Skip Bayless is trash. I'm with it. Okay.
I thought that was someone trying to start a lawnmower. What
No,
was
that was Lil Wayne. All right, so Do we have time to play part one? So I will play part one. When we come back,
Okay.
we'll play part
What?
two. So yeah, so
Just
go ahead.
breakthrough filmmaking. Thank you, Mr. Kugler. Yet, I must admit, when Sinners ended, I felt battered, bludgeoned and battered by white guilt. Look, Sinners has no use for white people, nor should it. The prevailing metaphor, of course, is that evil, devious white, thanks to the money provided by the twin brothers who had gone up against the Chicago mob and lived to tell about it and returned home. So, who's the first member of the Black community to defy and betray the brothers? Well, it's the woman played by Mrs. Josh Allen Haley Steinfeld, who appears in Sinners to be, I think, biracial. She obviously has some white blood, which obviously prevails.
Oh my God.
And leads her and in turn the Black community to ruin.
So when we come back,
hell is that?
When we come back, there's more to this though. There's more. Okay, Rob. When we come back, this speaks to what's the guy's name that told me not to interrupt him, Paul, whatever his name is.
Paul.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, so you heard what he said. So he's feeling guilt because he's starting to realize how his people's is. So let's get into the second half of this conversation. All right, if y'all ready to get into it, hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal Power. Let's rock up.
Delroy Lindo, anything he's in, like he praised
Right.
it to the high heavens, how amazing it was. But he also said, I loved it and then I hated it. And what I honed in on was him hating it because of it making him feel guilty. And I thought that was odd. But then again, we just had a caller that wanted to center himself in a conversation that really we weren't talking about.
But
you.
is it odd for
No,
Skip
it's
Bayless
not.
to feel guilt over the idea of riding Black culture?
Oh,
and
you're
to,
saying something. Say more.
prominence and putting putting the proximity to Blackness as a means to great profit for himself? I don't know that it would. I don't know that isn't that off kilter for him to feel some level of guilt about that.
Okay, so you saying the hit dog was hollering?
Maybe. I mean, I know I've seen many a TV show where, it's three brothers and Skip, you know what I'm saying? And the brothers could be up there yelling and getting out of seats, preaching and acting completely different than Skip would ever act, and he's happy to conduct that circus and let that happen on his watch. And many a clip is gone viral of us, watching some brother in histrionics while he's there being a American family to his brother. So whether that be a Chris Bosh or a LeBron James or somebody like that. So I don't know. Maybe he should feel a little guilty.
I didn't even process it that way. Okay, let's
get into the second part. Drop those fire emojis if y'all ready to hear the second part. Let's go.
If you followed my career at all, you probably know I've fought with all my might against racial injustice in this country. I've told this story before, so I'll be brief here. I was so blessed to have been mostly raised by a Black woman who was far more of a mother and a teacher to me than my mother was, my real mother. Everything I know about right and wrong, I learned from Katie Bell Henderson, who worked for my grandmother, who traveled for her work. And I'm sure some Black people say, oh, it's the help. But trust me, there was no plantation mentality operating at my grandmother's.
Smith, hold
Katie
on,
Bell
hold on.
ran
Hold on.
that
Pause,
household with that.
Pause. Pause.
My boy doing a lot of splaining right now. A lot of splaining.
But maybe he's referring to the movie.
He's doing a lot of splaining.
The Help. He's like, oh, you trying to say it's like The Help, but it wasn't like that movie. It was different. That was my real mama, my black mama, who raised me.
See, and I'm only pausing this because I've been banging on this survey that was put out by the Washington Post. It's the statistic: 3/4 of white Americans have no relationship with black people, and it's stunning when you hear it because as Skip, she raised me.
Right.
We've seen the pictures of black women with white babies suckling their breasts during enslavement. We know, I mean, all of us. I had a grandmother that washed clothes in white homes in Georgia, in Augusta, Georgia. I know many of you have had grandparents that worked as chauffeurs and the help and keep it, and also as nannies today. I saw a video, Rod, last couple of weeks ago. This family, their nanny had to go home to take care of her children in her country, black woman. And the children are running through the airport crying and screaming, holding on to her as she's getting on the plane. They were so distraught, the babies, because the nanny was leaving, because, as the lady was saying, she's part of the family. And then when she came back, they did another video of how the children were so happy. That lady had children in other countries, in another country that she had to go and take care of. And the money, she said, like, it's not the same relationship. 866-801-8255. But in the mind of Skip Bayless and anybody that was raised by a black person in their home, I'm thinking of Strom Thurmond, who, anyway, I'm thinking about Strom Thurmond not being an anomaly in the South, that there are a lot of those kinds of relationships. You think Thomas Jefferson had a love affair with Sally Hemings? Like, there's weird,
and not just the South, right? Because like one of my favorite episodes of Atlanta is Trinity to the Bone, which is in the last season, but it's about the woman who's basically a nanny that ends up raising this little white kid who grows up to be Chet Hanks. Like that's it was a very, very smart, very well done. I think Jordan Temple wrote it. One of my favorite episodes. But my point being, like, it's not an anomaly, and I'm not even banging on Skip for it, to be honest, because if that is what happened, that's what happened. Like, if his parents weren't present enough, this is what happens all the time to white people. They grow up around us because they really did not get whatever they needed from their parents, and they end up getting that moral institution from us. And I'm not surprised, because I don't find, like, Skip might be abrasive. He's a lot of stuff. But I've never watched Skip and felt like, this man right here, he just hates black people. That's not what I
don't feel like he hates.
Yeah, I feel like in some ways, I feel like it could almost be that he's a little too comfortable, because, and this happens sometimes even with good people, but it's like in your small world, no matter how much of a TV it is, I'm just arguing with my friend Shannon. Like, we safe. We can talk like this to each other. And then we go to the next segment. I'm just talking to Stephen A. Okay, I don't know. Like, y'all might get something else from this, but we just having a conversation while I'm loud.
So let's get into the next part.
He will, and I'll sound
many.
Let's go ahead and finish.
Let's get to the next
an iron fist.
Okay, two guys.
All right, here we go.
Smith's got to finish.
An iron fist, unquestioned iron fist. My home was broken, so I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's. I grew up in Oklahoma City. Katie Bell grew up in rural Alabama, though, like Michael B's character, she had spent many years working in Chicago, where her son and grandkids lived. My soul aches when I have to watch what white people did to black people in the Deep South in the 1930s and any other form of that. I know all about it. I don't know how to fix it. Obviously, I can't fix it. And after a while, it's just hard to watch. For me, it's hard to watch. I didn't participate in it. I didn't contribute to it. Yet I still feel so deeply guilty about it because of the color of my skin.
So we see that the movie centers that affected this white man, Skip Bayless, and that's crazy as hell. I kind of want to get into some other stuff I want to show y'all right quick. We do got some new merch available, by the way, so go check it out. We'll put some of that up on the t-shirt spring link. We'll drop the t-shirt spring in the link. We got some new merch available. All right, family. So make sure y'all show y'all support and support the channel. We'll be right back. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat as well. So anybody want to pop on, we can have an open dialogue discussion real quick about the topic. All right. If not, we'll continue to move on. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. The link is in the chat. We'll be right
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. And the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. And the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbines just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow it just like I'm a bomb. I'ma leave it.
All right. Yeah. So look, then there's some of the new merch. I don't know if y'all can see it, man. This is the back of the shirt. It's the front of the shirt. It says knowledge of self, race first, American bloodlines with this image on the back. Go check it out. It's in all variations and colors. So make sure y'all go check that out, man. The link is in the chat right now. Make sure y'all go check out some of that new merch, man. We got new shit available right now. You understand what I'm saying? We got new shit available. So make sure y'all tap in with the tap in. Shout out to everybody that's in the building too, rocking out. We got Truthful in the building with us. What's up with it, fam?
Say, bro, you ain't gotta be dropping that info like that, Bap. It's a little too heavy for some of these people out here.
Nah, that's what they need. That's exactly what they need, brother.
Yeah, you got a little Taco Bell turning into Casa Grande, bro.
Yep. It happens, man. Sometimes they don't understand they got hit with a poison dart of that information. You feel me? And then all that poison bullshit that you learned is gonna fade away. And you're gonna walk away still thinking you on that dumb shit. And all of a sudden you're gonna be like, damn, I'm smart. You feel me? So it happens to the best of them. You know what I mean? I got in a debate with Bro Sanchez a few years ago, and shout out to my boy Bro Sanchez. He holding it down. But he was saying that these Asian countries is older than America. Everything comes from Angkor Wat. We had a whole debate on where civilization come from. And like, you feel me? Not too long after that, you heard my brother Bro Sanchez talking about everything came from the Americas. But that was about talking point. So you know, after you conversate with me for so long, you have no choice but to change your talking point because the data, the evidence is there.
Right.
You feel me?
That's crazy, bro.
The data
Shit,
is
Lil
there.
Taco singing a different song, bro.
Yeah, y'all remember Lil Taco coming around?
Bro, I remember I used to get into it with him.
Look,
and then I'm the one who brought up Codex Mendoza on him.
Yeah, look, Kumar, his ass singing a whole new song now.
That's why he ain't been on the panel in a minute. I don't know, talking about some Asians of the superior race or whatever.
He said that. Remember, he said Asians were superior.
Yes, bro.
He was saying all kind of crazy stuff. Now look at him.
Oh my gosh.
So that's what happens once you really, don't. And I tell people, don't take my word for it. Do your own research.
I guess he took that seriously, bro.
Don't take my word for it. Do your own research, and y'all all should take that just as serious as the people who's pushing back. Shout out to my brother Libra son for the donation. We do appreciate that. Everybody in the chat, show some love to my brother Libra son being the only and first person to support the channel. Shout out to you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the support.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about this real quick. Hold on, fam. This Albert Perry business, bro. So you
Yeah.
mean to tell me that the oldest African can't even stand up to the oldest DNA found in North Carolina, bro?
We got DNA older than some of their hominids. We got human nigga DNA, South Carolina nigga DNA, older than some of their pre-human species.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Let that sink in.
So when people say
The
we from Africa,
oldest known DNA from any known Africans today is from the Khoisan. They DNA go back 30,000 years. Albert Perry's go back 300,000 years. That's 10 times the length in age.
I was just talking about them Khoisan with
Matter of fact, you know how we got Luzia in the 180 bones that was found with her, Naya in the 60 bones that was found with her. Can y'all name any African human bones that date back older than 8,000 years?
Yeah, man, you got a cheddar man, you know.
That's not in Africa.
That's what them pan goofies be saying, bro. We got cheddar man, we got what's her Lucy, whatever the heck her goofy name is, bro.
So
Little
now
monkey
they claiming
bone.
Europe. They claiming Europe.
Hey, the story is apparently, the Grimaldi people went up north and they, mutated and they lost their pigmentation and then their hair came flat because of the cold air up there. I'm like, that don't make no sense. You still got black people still up there, bro.
Sister T Turner, don't be promoting them drugs in my chat. Talking about you can see the moon off a motherfucking 8 ball. Cut it out.
But yeah, that's what they be talking about. The Grimaldi people, bro. They went up north and they some way somehow mutated into Caucasian, bro.
Well, we just debunked that whole we African genetics when we got the DNA that's older than any known African species, human species. And it's older than some of the hominid species.
That beg the question then about when they talk about these DNA tests, then who are they comparing our DNA to?
They comparing it to the people that is there today. They going off the people who's present on that land today. So when they did Albert Perry DNA analysis, it didn't match up with the oldest known Africans, which is the Khoisan, the San people, the Sand people. But what it do match up with is from people from Cameroon.
Oh, you mean the people that assimilated and mixed in with the people of America that were brought over there, bro? AKA Liberia.
So DNA can't really justify the time frame of when it went over there. Now we know it's been multiple waves of Americans going over there, but if you deal with the most recent one that happened in the late 1800s, dealing with American Colonization Society, and a lot of those free Negroes and clergymen and preachers and activists came from out of the Carolinas. You see what I'm saying? Which is the same place where Albert Perry's DNA is found. And it's not ironic that the American Colonization Society also established and went to the place that we call Camp Maroon. You see what I'm saying?
Oh no,
when they're finding variations of Albert Perry's DNA, they're finding it only in Camp Maroon.
Meaning that all DNA tests are just null and void.
Now you can't say that Camp Maroon has the oldest known human species because Camp Maroon doesn't even have a known ancient history. They don't have no ancient writing. They don't have no ancient structures. They don't have no real ancient history. You can go about 3,000-4,000 years without never having to mention that area that we call Liberia and Cameroon today. There's no history over there. There's no real written history of anything significance. So you can't say the oldest DNA came from there because it's only found in a couple of people and over there. It's not found in large bunches over there. And they haven't really identified and showed who those people is that DNA matches to, whether or not those people have American DNA or not. So when you're looking at, so we know for a fact they can't prove that it goes back 300,000 years in Africa because they can't equate for migration. Autosomal DNA testing is only limited to 12 to 2,200 years. 2,200 years is a maximum stretch with a lot of efficient errors that take place. Okay, so at 1,500 years, they can barely go back. So when they dug up some of those people in Cameroon, some of the bones DNA that they tested did come back to the same people that was there today. So we know that the people that's testing back to Albert Perry's DNA is not the same people that was in Camp Maroon, let's just say 1,100 years ago, because their DNA genome is not the same according to their own analysis. And this is just playing with their analysis game.
Right. So that means even our good friend, our lost brother, YK the Truth, his cousin Sam, he be talking about ain't even really his cousin. Is that what you're getting at, Bap?
I'm saying that they might share a common ancestor. Because what's ironic about YK is that his maternal lineage is from South Carolina, and that's actually where he live at right now today. Ain't that ironic?
Hey.
So what I'm saying
look.
is West Africans ain't even West Africans. They all the West African nations, right?
Aren't really.
All those particular people have an origin story and a migration story of migrating to those particular areas. The Nigerian is supposedly have migrated from out of India.
Wait, from out of India?
Yeah.
Hindustan, India? But out of India?
Hindustan, India.
That's crazy. Nah, you gotta show that, fam. There's no way. Because I'm wondering where the heck these Africans come from. Then if they all got these same migration story, ancestral, folk tales and whatever the heck else, man. But you said they're not even from Africa.
I'm saying a lot. There's Africans that has origin stories about them coming from East India.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy, bro. So West Africans ain't even West Africans. They just settling there.
Yeah, man. It's like I seen an interview on that shit a while ago. I wish I'd have had it saved. Matter of fact, let me go into my watch laters and go to some older videos because I might got it saved.
Okay. Hey, while Bap is doing that, hey, I need everybody in the chat to like, share, subscribe, and support the brother. And lastly, for yourself, drink some water. You know what I'm saying? It's hot outside. Stay hydrated.
Let me see if I can find it. Trying to see.
Where is that little skit from? That little movie clip, I guess. You're talking about her people was full-blooded Iroquois, and you had to reach into an African dictionary to get it. What movie is that from, man?
I forget.
Because I heard it once or twice, and I forgot too.
Something Brewster. Somebody put it in the chat for me. We got some smart brothers and sisters in the chat. They gonna put it in there for you.
Yeah, we got some smart Aboriginal.
But listen, I'm gonna play this clip right quick, and this is from an African too. And so I want y'all to listen to this clip real quick as we drop this heat. It's your brother Big Aboriginal Power, man. You already know how we coming, man. Make sure y'all support the movement. Let's go. Oh, Mike got it muted. Hold on.
Behave in this way about anyway.
So hold on. So hold on. You said Marcus Garvey, Haile Selassie. Repeat that again.
Haile Selassie is a cracker anyway. Haile Selassie is not who was cool to tell us that there was no Africa. There was never any segregation before Selassie. Selassie was never here to tell us that there is nothing else. The earth is divided. My brother, you can drive from here to Mali. And in any way, there was no Mali Empire too, my brother. If we were to live in Mali, and you talk of Mansa Musa as how rich mom, you will see it in Mali. We were never there. The time of Roosevelt, before Second World War, this is the time we moved to Africa because of segregation. So if Marcus Garvey was here, who wanted to be there, he wouldn't go and recline in England. The same people that created this mishap. Yeah, so
you hear what he said? Haile Selassie is the cracker. All them niggas was agents working for the white man to go and take over the empire of the Aboriginal nigga. Let this African finish cooking.
Marcus Garvey was created by the cracker, and the cracker is sitting here. And anyway, I want to tell you of this, and anyhow, of the net anyway, because I've been on the net, but they blocked me anyway.
Hold on. You saying Marcus Garvey was created by the cracker?
Yes.
Why would you say that, man?
I'm telling you fact. Who told you of Marcus Garvey? And when you talk of what Isna, you talk of anyway of Malcolm X. As you talk of Malcolm X father was a Garveyite, you have to understand what Alexei Lee wrote. The cracker was who played him. For what Isna, what Alexei Lee wrote, if you go to the town and ask them now, was anybody here? They would tell you that no one was here. So if I tell you that there was no Gambia, I'm telling you fact because I am in tune with who I am.
Okay, so who are the blacks in America? Who are the black people in America?
The blacks in America been living here ever since. They are Aboriginals.
Golly, do you hear that body bag?
Who are the black people in America?
He said we what?
The blacks in America been living here ever since. They are Aboriginals. The blacks in America been living here ever since. They are Aboriginals. The blacks in America been living here ever since. They are Aboriginals.
They are Aboriginals, my nigga.
West Africa just recently left where they were staying, Arabia, Europe, Northern Africa, America here, all about to go there because of segregation. And the land is still joined, my brother. When we talk of fire and how the land break, well, they've been laughing at us for talking of what is not even there. And the land is still joined, my brother. When we talk of Pangea and how the land break, well, they've been laughing at us for talking of what is not even there.
Okay, so the black man here in America, are they African people? Where did they come from?
Look, he just told them that they been here, they Aboriginal. He tried to ask the same question in a different way, tricking them up, trying to trick him up. Listen.
The black man here in America, are they African people? Where did they come from?
The blacks living here in the area you are referring to, America. Pardon me anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry anyway, pardon me. Yeah. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm sorry, my bro, anyway. Hello?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Well, when you talk of America, my bro, never ever associate what America be with us anyway. For America, it's a mishap. For America.
He said never associate America with Africa.
America be with us anyway. For America, it's a mishap. Well, when you talk of America, my bro, never ever associate what America be with us anyway. For America, it's a mishap. For America, it's what it's why we are not free anyway. But if you're talking of the blacks that live here, I want to tell you that the land is joined, and the blacks and white who were living here, been here gazillions of years ago. Yes.
So are you saying that we didn't come from Africa?
No.
So are you saying that we didn't come from Africa?
No. And the people that live in West Africa were never there.
Boom. The people that was in West Africa. We got more. We gonna finish cooking.
There's more?
We got more.
Oh my goodness.
So are you saying that we didn't come from Africa?
No. And the people that live in West Africa were never there. And the people that live in West Africa were never there. They are yet to be there. Anyhow, if you ask Say Auntie Joe parents were who founded where mom was born at.
Sheikh Anta Diop?
Yes.
So we are not Africans then. The blacks in America are not African people.
They are not African people anyhow. They are not African people anyhow.
So who are they?
They are not African people anyhow. They are not African people anyhow.
So
they are not African people anyhow. They are not African people anyhow.
So who are they?
There is nothing as an African too.
So who are they?
There is nothing as.
I don't know if I want to give y'all no more of that. Y'all ain't hitting that like, but I don't think y'all enjoy these type of clips.
Bam. Bam.
I don't think y'all enjoy these type of clips, man.
Why you barbecuing right now, bro?
Y'all ain't hitting the like button or nothing, man. Y'all must not like when I come in and drop real Aboriginal information. Y'all don't like it, but let's keep it going.
So the people that live there, anyhow, I would prefer for you to refer to them as niggers anyway. So what is a nigger? This is what's called the. So nigger is not what is derogatory, my.
Who are they?
There is nothing as an African too. So the people that live there too.
So who are they?
There is nothing as an African too. So they're not African people anyhow.
In America are not African people.
They are not African people anyhow. They are not African people anyhow.
So who are they?
There is nothing as an African too.
So who are they?
There is nothing as an African too. So the people that live there, anyhow, I would prefer for you to refer to them as niggers anyway. So what is a nigger? This is what's called the. So nigger is not what is derogatory, my brother. Anyway.
So so we are so we are niggers.
No. If me say nigger, it's just because the cracker was who make the tale. The cracker was who said that the blacks originated from West Africa, and West Africa is the nigger. So this is what Isner we've been mispronouncing and saying it as Niger. But Niger cannot be pronounced Niger. It's nigger.
So what does nigger mean? What is a nigger? Like, what does that mean?
West African.
Oh.
Yes, that's what nigger stands for.
Nigger stand for West African. So,
yes,
so if we are not African, would it be fair to say that we are Hebrew Israelites?
No, Hebrew, you cannot refer to yourself as a Hebrew Israelite, my God. Then you are doing what is terrible. What is of the Bible is a tale, and it's so bad for anyone to ever dare to even associate it with who we be.
Oh, so the Bible is a false book.
Yeah, the Bible is a tale. It's never a call anyway. Today is not as the calendar said.
Oh,
today is not 2016.
Oh, so today's year is really not 2016.
Yes. When the cracker make the date, Mom was just trying to bluff, to make it seem as if there was government, as the things that Mom claimed, as if there was a Roman Empire. There was nothing as a Roman or Greek Empire. There is nothing as any Ethiopian kingdom. It's all a lie.
Okay.
Yes, there was never any government. And this is what I was wanting for you to understand. If we want to be free as who we be, we have to understand that we are blessed to be who we are. So we are here to stay who we are totally, because we know what we be. But if you are who you are, instead of you be what you be about to act as another tell you, then the acting you've been acting is the cause we are off tune. And this is the cause mishap is.
Okay, are you a Muslim?
No, what is of Muslim, Hinduism, Buddhism, in anyhow religion totally, is what is why we are with my brother. The system will come about to tell you that they are sorry, because there was no America. All these things that the black people are celebrating, it was the cracker who composed it. You know what I'm saying? To deliberately play us. And in anyhow, it was the reason they were thinking as if they have any edge over us. But their same is what Isna they saw us. But in anyhow, I want to tell you this too, my brother. Whatever you do, be about to know that is good at all times. So see good, grow good, act good. Be about to know that your creator is who made us all. And we are blessed as one anyway. And we are one family anyhow.
So you saying that we are one family with the cracker, with the white man? The white man is not our... Okay, so let me get this straight. You said Marcus Garvey was created by the white man.
Yes.
And you said, the cracker. And then you said, we never went through slavery. Slavery was not real.
There was never any, yes.
How do you explain all the slave pictures, all the brothers and sisters that got their narratives? How can you fix your face to say that?
My brother, well, when you see the pictures, it was them who manipulated the pictures through software engineering. I saw you have over there the lynching. My brother, do you think the cracker would drive through in a black neighborhood and lynch us and we sit there and let them do that? If they ever was who did that, I'm not saying they didn't do that anyhow, in any neighborhood that they are living, and probably a pocket of blacks are living there. But what isn't we are saying, we have to understand that when you hear say, you have to understand that there was never any USA, period. So what isn't it, the talk of Abraham Lincoln is a deliberate tale. So it never was what isn't it never occurred. So there was never any president of USA before FDR anyway. And they were anyhow the military. The military was what was ruling America. There was no election. What they talk of there, when they talk of there, it was them that have this system, and they brought it to be about they let the females vote, and it come to be later the black people. Is all a lie anyway. So all these artifacts you're seeing is them who fabricated deliberately to fool us into thinking the white was ruling black, while it never occurred. So if I told you that there was never any colonization of any Africa, I'm telling you a fact. There was never any government in Africa before now. So when they talk of independence, my brother, this is
what's funny is you don't really see slave pictures. And somebody says slave pictures, yes, slavery was from allegedly 1619 all the way up to 1865. Photos was a thing in 1830, so they would have been popular by the 1850s. People were allegedly supposed to still been enslaved in dominant numbers all throughout America in the 1850s, and photos would have been a huge thing. They even had silent films in the 1850s. So what I'm saying is, why do you not see photos, films of slaves in the field, real slaves?
Damn, Bab. You know, Bab, that bigger question is, you know, the African dude really spit some facts right here. So now the question is this: did this narrative only become popular due to the radio, the television, and all of these things? You get what I'm saying? Because they didn't really have a way to spread the narrative or the message like that. But now, since we have media, it becomes easily, you know, produced to make propaganda about this stuff.
Yeah, the media and during those times, you know, newspapers, of course, propaganda. You feel me?
Because what it sound like is that this whole
Then
story
you start getting heavily indoctrinated when they start seeing a lot of people energies in the elders from the youth shift to the religious field, like church. So they started indoctrinating you in Sunday schools. Then it went to weekly schools. You know, your Mondays through Friday schools. You get a rest day, and then you back into indoctrination on Sunday.
Right. Because now it just seemed like this whole story didn't really kick off or get as popular until World War One. Then, when they start putting out, you know, TVs and radios and
World
stuff
War
like that.
One never ended. World War Two was just an extension of World War One. It never ended.
Right.
We're still in World War One right now.
Right. That's crazy, man.
Let's continue to drop some more heat.
Yeah.
How it is. I'm just being me. I try to read them, and they are not even letting me read them because they don't want for us to be about us how.
Hello? Hello? That we can.
Also tell, because the cracker is trying to play us for us to assume as there was government. So they've been leading us in this way anyhow. So in order for us to be about, to want to be what we are, we have to understand that we all have to stay who we are totally. If we stay who we are totally, we will all be in tune with who we are, and then there won't be anything of any mishap anyway.
Okay, man. Maybe they don't want to hear you talk because you sound crazy. To say that black people, to say that white people created Marcus Garvey, then you stated that we never went through slavery. I mean, you sound crazy as hell. What about
my brother? We were never in Gambia or Senegal or Mali or Guinea or Nigeria before now. And if you are to ask the people that live there, because this is what I want you to understand, my brother. Now it's this way. So when you see the cracker claim that they know of their ancestors, they are just lying. Black is sophisticated. If your ancestors were here, my brother, you would have known of them. If your ancestors were here, my brother, you would have known of them. If your ancestors were here, my brother, you would have known of them. But they were never here.
what about the Moors? Are we Moors?
Okay, this is what I want you to understand. What is a Moor? A Moor is a phrase. As to say, Moor is an English phrase. As to say better. Like for instance, if a white person come to you and say white is superior to black, and you be about and tell them, I am more.
My bad. I got some more heat for y'all. Don't even trip. You about to get into a bag. I need y'all to support the channel though. You know what I mean? We only have one person support this heat. That's why I'm gonna be giving y'all nothing. But if y'all ready to get into this one, I need y'all to flood the chat out. Hit that like button. Let's go.
Feathers up, tribe up, wise up, rise up. Let's get it. Fair use.
What's good to the tribe? I had to come to you this morning. I was working and I came across some stuff the Pan Africans were doing. And
I said it's the wrong video, my bad, gang. But shout out to my homie Wanagi though.
I figured that was Wanagi. I was like, that Wanagi?
I don't even know how this video even popped up. Shout out to the homie though. Shout out to the homie. Wanagi, I ain't seen cousin. I just seen Wanagi the other day in somebody's chat.
He still make videos?
Not for sure.
I ain't check his channel in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not really for sure if he's making videos or not. I got some more heat for y'all. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Shout out to Supreme Chief too, man. Shout out to Supreme Chief. Lucky I don't hit you with one of them overnighters.
Man, you ain't smoke signal.
Huh?
You talking about an overnight? What you mean?
Oh, I gotta show y'all this right quick because they say that the Brazilian people, the indigenous tribes, the lost tribes that's in uncontacted tribes that's in Brazil and South America don't look like Black Americans. So I want to show y'all this clip right quick.
I think I know who you talking about, bro.
Let's get into it.
Of Jean-Pierre. The footage you are seeing is unedited. The only addition is the voice of Jean-Pierre.
These niggas ready to attack. They on all bullshit. They're like, who is this pale skinned frosty flake?
According to Huawei, they don't believe that the white man exists. But if they do, that makes me one of the living dead. When I lose my balance, they seem a little reassured. Ghosts don't fall, I guess. At this precise moment, I'm convinced that he's going to let loose his arrow. Maybe he wants to see if it will pass through my body or not.
The buddy ass about to hit his ass with an axe.
He's about to say it.
They said, let me get the hell away from this cracker. And then that cracker start offering little snacks and shit. They came right back. You know, nigga ain't gonna turn down no snacks.
Oh, that's a whole
He
nigga,
sees
bro.
Philip, who must look like a strange creature with an eye of a camera instead of a human face.
These don't look like black Americans.
Damn. That's a whole nigga, bro.
Philip has
He even got the nigga hair. He don't even got a tether hairline.
He got an edge up without getting the edge up. It's crazy.
Right.
been on previous expeditions with me, and he knows these stone axes have deadly weapons.
Well, listen, man, I ain't gonna give y'all too much. We've been here for over a little bit, 2.5 hours. We about to get ready to rock up out of here. Shout out to everybody that came through. Make sure y'all hit that like button, thumb up the video, support the channel. It's your brother Big Aboriginal Power, and we out this.
Keys on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track, on the track.
For the stats, I be beating the odds. In the blood, it be making me calm. Ride the turbine just like I'm Saddam. I'ma blow up just like I'm a bomb.